Oh, it's not the owl. Oh yeah, you want to do AI companion.
Oh,
That'll give you the notes. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
And then do your recording.
I thought I had already. Yeah,
I think it's already
we did
on.
record it.
Okay.
No, we're not leaving the meeting.
You want to do close, but it'll be you'll get your AI notes.
Good. All right. Yeah, we're recording. All right, good evening. John Martin Green here, calling the Community Board 9, SGL-LBGTQ Task Force meeting to order at 6:37 p.m. this Thursday, February 27th. In Dr. Sanford's absence, we will forego adoption of the agenda and minutes.
Actually, I can do it.
What?
I'm a board member.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, good. Why don't you act like it?
You should say you motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt the minutes,
I,
the agenda first.
yes. I,
Good, second. But then we have no agenda. Well, we do have an agenda. Let's look at the agenda, shall we? Yes. Yes, we're adopting the agenda.
Yeah.
You moved that we adopt the agenda, and I'm seconded it, so we're adopting the agenda. All right, motion to, well, we should forego adoption of the minutes until such time as Dr. Sanford joins us, yes?
that can be deferred.
Good.
Agreed.
Public session. Hello, as Camille Santos-Stephen? Hello.
Right, yeah, you are like one of the first people to ever pronounce that correctly on the first try.
Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, I can introduce myself if that's appropriate.
This is public session.
Great. Yeah. So my name's Camille Santos-Stephen. I'm a longtime resident of the West Harlem area. And
How long?
I moved to New York. I'm from Northern California originally, but I moved to New York in 2011. So I came to go to Columbia and I stayed. I love it up here. So yeah, it's been about 13, 14 years. Yeah, so I started on, I lived on 121st when I first moved here, and then on 149th for about 9 years, and now I'm on 140th between Broadway and Amsterdam. And for a long time, I worked at the City College campus. I helped open the big research center on the southeast end of the City College campus and started the community outreach programming there. And I think I actually gave testimony to CB9 when I opened this little field trip program there on the south end of the campus. And anyway, I have kind of been wanting to get more involved. So I'm just here to listen and learn and see what's happening and how I might be helpful.
Very good. Well,
Yeah.
welcome.
Thank you.
And you are welcome. Well, thank you for joining us. All right, so on our agenda this evening, first is our review of the needs assessment survey, which Dr. Franklin supported our alignment with the CUNY Graduate Center's Harlem Health Initiative and Araceli Holbrook Smith's drafting of the survey. And for our review, I think, and you can correct me if I'm off, Dr. Franklin, but I'm thinking we need to review the draft assessment with an eye towards what the information we're looking to capture. and the reasons for capturing the information. What we started out with was ascertaining such gaps in community resources and services as support citizens' quality of life. And we might discover gaps in resources and services generally, but particularly with respect to the community that the task force exists, the marginalized communities that the task force exists to serve. Yeah?
So thank you, Dr. Green. And I did, and just introduce myself. I'm Maurice Franklin. I'm a resident of Central Harlem. I'm a member of Community Board 10. I'm the chair of Parks and Recreation, incoming chair of Parks and Recreation, and I serve on our.
Dr. Franklin,
Yes.
you sound far away. I'm turning up the volume all the way and still straining to hear you. I mean, I can use some wax cleaning for my ear, but help.
So
Please, if you can.
I'm using my headset. Can you hear me?
Just barely.
Camille, can you hear me?
Our volume is turned all the way up on this end.
It's faint. I can hear you, but it's faint.
See, Camille said the same thing,
Okay.
so I'm not making it up.
Well, how does that sound now?
You sound farther away now.
So let me log out and log back in and try to see if that solves the problem.
Very good. And joining us is Dr. Sanford, our trustee secretary. Somali objected to that term.
No, I didn't. Well, okay, yeah, actually, yes, I did. I feel like secretary is loaded and admin assistant. It's all encompassing and gender neutral.
But it's a community board, but okay.
Sorry.
Admin assistant sounds like an actual job.
Right?
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Well, secretary is
He
like.
said, like, I don't have enough to do. How are you, Dr. Sanford?
I'm well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
See.
So, all right. In your review, well, our review, because we talked about it over last week or going into this week, I guess.
Testing. Can you hear me now? Is that any better?
Slightly. And maybe that's because your image is closer, so I can read your lips. No, let me
Try that or try the audio.
Does your cord have a mic? If you hold the mic. Sometimes the mic is like on the cord, but maybe not.
I use this all the time, but let's make
Speaker.
Yeah.
100.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
kind of coming in and out. Yeah.
there you go. Heighten it. Speak now, Dr.
hello? Testing.
That's better. Yeah, we got you now.
Okay, I'm not sure what happened, but
Molly knows what to do.
I directed her.
All right, between them, Chris and Somali are geniuses.
Wow.
So now we've got you. Yes. You were saying, Doctor.
so I'm a member of Community Board 10, and your question you were asking me was regarding sort of framework for the tool that you have that was submitted to you by the graduate school at CUNY. So without looking at, and I do, we talked about this in the fall, so I understand you want to capture data on sort of the needs in the community, the demographics of the community, and in terms of, and I think that looking at your form, I did look at the tool, so I think that
Wow,
the age and ethnicity demographics.
You're right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Apologies.
You said age and ethnicity demographic.
Yeah, I'm just going back through the tool. I looked at it the other day, and I do have questions, but I just want to get back to. So I think this captures, what we talked about in your fall meeting in terms of understanding the general health of the community based on, age, gender,
Race, ethnicity, gender,
right?
yeah.
So
spectrum of genders. Yeah.
needs. It captures that. The only thing that when I looked at the tool, as a field tester, I thought the tool was missing specific information on race and ethnicity. It's kind of limited, and I think that needs to be expanded to include more ethnicities that are in Harlem. So it just lists Asian, Pacific Island, Black, African American, but it doesn't really talk about other
Diaspora and African.
exactly. So it's missing some of that, and so I thought that it would be important for the tool designer to go back and look at the last census that focuses on those zip codes, and then to be more inclusive of what was in the last census. And so that's missing as an area. And I do think this is going to give you some general information, because I think the outcome that you're looking at is in terms of understanding what the specific policy needs and service needs are for this population. So this tool is just one of those data points. As I mentioned to you in the fall, there are other data points which you will get from looking at current research and literature written about specific populations and needs, and also there's data points that you'll get from the Department of Health and Social Services, those annual reports, looking at some of the specific needs assessments, not needs assessments, but needs statements that have come from both the borough president and the mayor's offices from various commissions. So some of that you'll be able to collect additional data, which is you're triangulating the data source, which is and it looks like Dr. Camille is agreeing with you, but so you want to do some so she's laughing and smiling at the same time, and you can chime in too, because I know you do this research, but you want to triangulate this data, so it's sort of a propulsive what do I want to use without being too this is sort of a tool that you're going to constantly be thinking, acting, reflecting, and developing this additional information. But so I think this is a good start. We just need to expand the race and ethnicity portion of this.
Okay. Well, that's all. That's helpful. Thank you. What I'm thinking about is looking at the quality of life resources that are outlined in the instrument, and I want us to be certain that it's comprehensive without being laborious.
So here's where I think that we have the advantage of additional tools. And so this tool is one of the resources I think that we can use. So because we want to send this out and email it across, Community Board 9 district, but I'm certain that this will end up filtering across Harlem. So, but this tool will give you a certain amount of data. But we talked about the fall about doing maybe 3 to 5 focus groups, bringing in
Right.
different populations, and doing maybe a 2-hour focus group with that population, and with guiding them through a set of questions. And so I would go back to CUNY with Deborah Levine to ask the student that designed this tool, the graduate student that designed this tool, to then develop a tool for because I'm certain that they're working on their somewhere in in the doctoral program. So just to ask them to design an additional tool to do focus groups, because that will come up with a tool, questions, guidance, guidelines, all of those things, disclaimers, opting in, opting out, question, all those things that's important for to make this a valid design and valid data. So that's the next question I would ask the person who designed this tool.
That was actually Aria Sella, Holbrook Smith, who met with us back in, I guess, November or December.
Right. And so I asked them to design that you want a survey, a questionnaire, a tool to do small group discussion.
Okay, very good. This is helpful. And thank you for reminding us about our commitment to triangulating data so that we're not, doing this in a vacuum, as it were. Good. This is good feedback. Thank you.
And just one more, this is a third piece of that before we talk about data collection, but the third piece of that is the collection of available, what's already available on this topic in this community. So we wanted to be able to collect that data that will balance out, the important aspect of sort of this kind of research. And I know that this is when we talked about this in the fall, was we wanted to make sure this would sort of be a tool, and the data that collected from this would stand up to sort of a peer review process. And so it's important that we're doing three things. So this is a case study, number one. You're doing a case study with it's kind of mixed, because you're going to do a survey, but the survey is not going to you're not probably going to get 1,200 respondents. That'd be great, because that would certainly make it in its own valid. But what we're doing is we're doing a mixed tool that includes some qualitative
study. Yes,
exactly. So it's important to support this survey with those additional tools.
You are absolutely correct, and some of that we've already done. As last month, one of our allies and partners, compatriots, Carmen Neely of Harlem Pride, shared with us coming into the year survey data which they had collected in two different surveys. One of which, do you remember how many thousands? I think she said
5,000 or so.
I think she said 20,000.
20,000.
Yeah. At a recent Harlem Pride, the big event in which they have sort of a captive audience of tens of thousands of people.
So that's a tool. Sage is a tool, reaching out to Sage, reaching out to initiatives through City College and Columbia, and also Harlem area seniors with Mr. Hamer. That's another group of that's another population. It may give you some a different set of information, but there are gay and lesbians, trans and bisexual individuals that are part of that of the aging community through that group, and they have an extensive survey that they've run for the last 2 years. They just released those results back in the fall. So that's another tool that and I'll send that to you, because I have that, but I'll send you the outcomes of that survey.
Okay, and what's the name of that entity again?
It's Harlem Area Seniors.
Harlem Area Seniors. I don't know them.
Never heard of it.
And you've been sitting on that, have you?
Well, I live in Central Harlem. You're on the west side, so we're divided by several boulevards.
No more divisions. This time we can't stand it. This is most helpful, Dr. Franklin. Thank you. See, he's a good resource, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. All right, then. Our next order of business then is the Paris is Burning Community Engagement and Education Screening, scheduled a week from tonight. So
Getting close.
a week from now, we will be at the Forum, Columbia University.
Would be a kiki.
Chris says it will be a kiki. Yes, we will kiki. Among other things we will do. We will be hosting let's see, Junior LaBeija, who is an MC in the film. So we will be hosting Michael Roberson, who is House and ballroom community scholar, with whom we've interfaced before, about house and ballroom community culture, and with Lee Soldier of the House of Soldier, and a young acolyte of Lee's, Martez, whose last name is Martez, his first name escapes me, but they will.
Excuse me, it's Dr. Martez Smith.
Is it Martez Smith?
He's a fellow at NYU, but it was a recent PhD for the last 2 years, but Martez Smith, absolutely.
Martez Smith,
Fantastic.
you know,
Absolutely.
oh, this is wonderful. So you should be there too. You should come.
I plan on being there. I was part of the group of Black gay men that wrote some of the first grants for after the research study came out in 2000 regarding the spread of syphilis on the East Coast. So that was the sort of the stimulus that began to develop the Vol community a different way. That, of course, Michael and BHAP, that's part of the BHAP network with Michael Roberson and Martez and others have been doing phenomenal work within that community, Lee as well. So I'm looking forward to being there on that night.
Wonderful. Wunderbar. All right, well, around this event, beyond having assembled our panel of discussants with whom we will be talking after the screening of the film, a wonderful idea that our own Chris Johnson proposed was that we have a demonstration. And so we're going to do that as well, which Lee has agreed to have some of his House members do a presentation.
Can Clayton
They're going to
participate?
walk.
We saw Clayton do a little bit last week. So did they decide on?
Chris,
Yeah,
you're gonna, yes, you are.
Did they decide on category or is it going to be free format?
I'll be talking with Lee
Okay.
because I told him we're looking at 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, and he's looking for remuneration for each of those minutes.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that said, these are and there will be hors d'oeuvres served as well. So we need to delegate tasks.
Okay.
Among things that Columbia is looking to us for include we used lanyards before, right? That
We did,
got
yeah.
So we should ask. Oh, and I think youth is already gone. We need to photograph a lanyard and borrow lanyards from the community board as our identifiers.
Like staff, something to that effect.
Well, no, you know how they do the wristbands, so that you can know that people belong in the building and that they belong in the building for this particular event.
That I can facilitate. Actually, I may have a bunch of blue ones from another event.
What, wristbands?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
They're self-adhesive type. You just
yes, right. The paper ones. Okay,
I think it's probably about 100-ish.
splendid.
I'll count that and send out.
I think we'll have about 100 people.
Okay.
No, I don't.
No, there will be. There will be.
I know.
Well, if there are, it'll be a serious overflow.
Have you invited members? Have you sent this to Community Board 10? Because I don't think we've announced this, but we have a next Wednesday is our general board meeting. So I'd love to make sure that this is a part of our announcement and that we are putting this on our website. So I don't know if or if you can talk to Mina or to make sure this gets on our. Or if you send it to me, I'll send it to our staff so this can get posted on our happenings.
I'll email you the details.
Good. This is wonderful. What are our latest RSVP numbers?
Oh, we're at 21.
Okay, good. So there's room for more.
Yeah.
So other things that we have promised to Columbia include, we've already done the floor plan, which allows room for walks.
Yeah,
Mhm.
walking.
Yes, for walking. Yeah, you're gonna walk.
Clayton did a great job.
No, I think you should.
I think you should.
Yeah.
In fact, I think
You're the instigator.
I think you and Clayton should walk together.
Practice.
But what else? Lanyards, we've done the floor
I'll
plan.
make a note on the wristbands and probably tomorrow I'll send out an email. I think it's sub 100, but that could be adequate. They're blue
Splendid.
and numbered, the sequence.
All the better. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
It's gonna be on the first floor, it's gonna be up on one of the floors.
In room 315, the third floor.
So the elevator, so the only way you can get up there is the elevator and they actually have to take you up.
Yes,
Mhm.
Okay, so.
but they require identification for admission. Yeah. And the last thing, which we broached in our last conversation, I think, what do you call it? The banner, the digital banner.
Mm.
And I didn't send you the dimensions, did I?
No, but I can make that.
Okay.
Unless anyone has higher expectations than the graphic design.
She says,
No, looks good.
Let me see what Stephanie Reyes said.
So is that going to include a QR code?
Should it?
It could. I was down at Lincoln Center and they do something that's interesting. They throw up a QR code on the screen and you can take a photo of it. Hence, having said this, by the way, perhaps as each wristband is distributed,
Yes.
have the person that receives it give them the QR code so that they could register in.
Oh,
Mm.
that's the other thing. We need someone posted at the table downstairs in the lobby to register.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see, here it is. Stephanie Reyes.
What time does the event need to be set up?
So we start at 6:30. We should have the table set up by 6.
Mhm.
Yeah. Let's see, okay, here we go. Specs, 1080 by 1920, you see that? Lobby welcome slide.
Okay. Welcome slide.
There's on the screen, the big screen.
Oh, downstairs.
Yeah,
Okay.
on the back wall of the,
Right.
yeah.
Mhm.
Of the atrium.
Right,
Yeah.
that would be cool.
Yeah.
So if that could also include a QR code, that would be brilliant.
To where?
A QR code in that
Oh,
welcome
you
sign,
like where's the QR code? Like to the.
the atrium,
Well, where does the QR code lead
What
to?
is it for?
so that folks can register.
Oh. Well, then what do we need somebody at a registration table for?
To facilitate. So I think ideally, if they would register online, we could set up a form, have them QR code would link them to the form and off they go.
That's, should they choose to use the QR code? And,
I mean, we'll push, or try to push it and hope for like 75-85%, a big number. I'll play around with that this
smack them if
weekend.
they don't.
Somali, she can be the enforcer.
I was gonna say I'll sit at the table. I will not be smacking anybody though.
No smacking, okay. Very
Side eye.
Very good, okay. And sucking teeth, rolling eyes, sucking teeth, rolling eyes. Okay. Should our numbers exceed our expectations of around 50 people?
Yeah.
Which they did the last event that we hosted. crowd control. You can herd people in.
Where's the next room? Is it in proximity?
Well, no,
It's
we're not
gonna be-
going to another room. We
it's
haven't been
gonna stay.
assigned access to another room,
Okay.
so we have to use the room to which we've been
Okay.
directed.
Standing room? Something to
Yeah.
that effect? Okay.
Precisely. That's what we did last time. There was
Okay.
standing room, which actually bled out into the hall.
All right.
And people were not unhappy
Okay.
to be present, even those standing in the doorway. Food. Rather than buffet, one or two of us might want to serve people. So we should figure out who we will be, so that, because people get excited, shall we say.
Do you need additional resource or resources for this? Is this something to possibly reach out to Brosis for?
Perhaps.
This could be something that maybe their young people might be interested in doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a thought. Okay.
Could also be registration and line management, as they like to call it.
Mhm.
And there will be an open bar.
I don't. think there'll be a bar.
We considered having an impromptu open bar a few years back, and we realized that would be rather against the Columbia regulations.
Yeah.
We're sure if we wanted.
They want insurance and they
Oh,
want,
sure. Temporary liquor
they
license.
want,
Yeah.
right,
They need, you
Their
need to
servers.
pay one of their people, like tech
Right,
needs.
yeah.
Oh.
They have to serve it, and it's a whole deal.
Wow.
And we fired that new fast like 3 months ago too.
Mm.
Yeah.
So John, do you want to do the Brosis outreach to, what is it, Brittany or
Brittany and
Abraham or
Jason, no, what is Brittany and what's the young
Jay?
Jay? I added a son, yeah, Jay, Brittany and Jay, yeah, I can do that.
So just as a matter of formality, I think Britt is director-ish. Suggest, and I think Jay is reception-ish.
That's
Yeah,
what struck me as well.
right.
All right.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry, I'll.
Hi,
Hi,
who are you?
good, how are you?
Wonderful. Who are you?
I'm Mitch. I'm a student reporter. I'm looking at some New York City community boards.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just here sitting. I'm just, and if you guys want to talk about what's going on, I'd love to hear about it.
Well, that's what we do.
Yeah, yeah.
But you a Columbia student?
No, I'm new school,
Uh-huh.
a little bit.
Yeah, so you're downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to teach there.
Oh, really?
Okay, I did, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a part of the NND program.
Ah, okay. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so, yeah, I'll reach out
So
to
Brittany.
Brittany, yeah. She said they were bringing a contingent as a trip,
Right.
as an outing.
So it might be possible to have a break-off number come prior to the outing and could be the resource for supporting registration, food. They're really good at that sort of stuff.
Would it be possible to ask them to either have them fill out the Eventbrite or give us an estimated number? So we
Yeah.
can budget ahead of time for how many people we expect?
I will do that. Ask them to RSVP. Okay. And if they might be
Right,
open to,
yeah. I think it's a great.
working the event, as it were.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I think it's a great sort of community initiative. I don't think they've stepped into it yet. And I think this would be a brilliant sort of kickoff.
Also, it might be an inducement for them to actually follow through and come,
Yeah.
to the extent that, you know, at the last moment, there might be any reticence or.
Yeah.
And also, I think within the board, community board, I think there is some heightened interest.
Yeah.
Perhaps Monique or
Annette
Annette
too, yeah.
would be interested in. She would be a good registration person.
Annette,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, probably.
Why? And what do you all?
I don't know, she's got a great,
She just has.
she's good.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I mean, I think one thing we can. I don't want to say we can play it by ear, but I also think that with something like that,
Yeah.
we can, you know, if someone shows up and is excited to be a friendly face, like.
Yeah.
you know,
In the
I
moment,
can just,
yes.
you know,
But
join.
they expressed interest and.
Monique, yes.
Right, and so did Annette, and so I think it's just a matter of having them arrive at 6 versus 6:30.
Yes,
And I think both are not far away. I think Annette's right up the block and Monique is near me, so it's not too far.
very good.
Yeah.
Good ideas.
I can also be there at 6 too.
Bless you. Thank you.
What about your friends?
I
See how I weave that in there?
I think my cousin can make it earlier, just cause they're a student, I think they get off classes around like 3-ish, but I'll message them and let them know.
Terrific.
Yes, and then my friend will definitely be there, not for setup, she also like works, she'll be there at 6:30.
Very good. Very good. So I think we're covered. I am going to watch the film again over the weekend and craft an arc of questions for our panel. I already know that I'll ask historically about linkages to the old faggots ball.
Oh, it's such a beast.
Yes,
Okay.
for generations
Okay.
at Rockland Palace in Harlem. Yeah, Google it.
Is this the thing that's at 135th Street?
It no longer exists.
It's not where Thurgood Marshall is located? Is that what
Uh,
somebody was trying to explain to me?
where was Rockland Palace? I don't remember, but I remember that it was in Harlem, and it led to the Jewel Box Review, which was an annual event at the Apollo. But it dates back a century.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Dr. John Martin Green, Michael Roberson is gonna be there. He is probably the foremost historian on the Baltimore culture. You have Michael there. You're gonna have me. This thing could go just as broad as you want to with those two, but also the members of the ballroom community. You know, the history. From the youngest generation now to community elders, and who are and I'm talking about people older than Michael and Lee. They are. This is going to be a great education, and really, I think, maybe even some conversations about sort of the emerging ballroom culture, like the Kiki scene and things like that, might be talked about.
Which Lee will be able to hold forth about with gusto.
Yes.
No doubt.
So you just want to clue him in terms of Paris attorney?
Oh,
Thank you.
sure. We are hosting, this is the Community Board 9, Same Gender Loving LGBTQ Task Force. And among things that we do in support of the SGL-LBGTQ, the Same Gender Loving Gay, Lesbian, Bisexual, Transgender, Queer community, include community engagement and education events that are designed to build bridges of dialogue and community. Yeah.
Awesome. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm. And the next one we have planned is a week from tonight, a screening of a landmark independent film called Paris is Burning, which will be, we're going to host at the Forum Columbia University, right down the block on 125th Street.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Which you're welcome.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I might actually come.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, great.
One other logistical question. So
Yes.
regarding food, how are we doing it?
I'm going to place the order with Melba's, we said, right?
Yeah.
She likes Melba's.
Who doesn't?
Huh?
Who does not?
And I picked it up last time.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it.
by car or taxi.
Well, naturally, I'm not gonna walk with my wagon down the street.
Should we, I
I
think,
have to leave a couple of hours early.
I think also we've had like water and refreshments, so
Right.
things like that. Should we
Right.
pick that up separately, or is that can be part of the main order?
No, that should be picked up separately, including water, any sparkling beverages, plates, cups, napkins. Which we did at the supermarket.
Yeah.
Hmm.
On
Yeah.
125th Street across from the forum. Yeah.
C-Town.
Yeah.
Oh, Seatown, right,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay. Very good,
Yeah, I might be able to, I could probably pick that up, and
okay,
then I probably won't, won't arrive until like 6:15 or so, cause like I'll, if I arrive at the event at 6:15 or so.
okay, and I'll give you a card to use for that.
Okay, that's easier than getting reimbursed. Okay,
Yeah, because, so everything will be reimbursed at once. You know, not separate reimbursements.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay.
Does this require chafing dishes or?
Oh.
Nah.
Okay.
We're gonna use the aluminum pans
Okay.
that they
Okay.
provide, that
Brilliant.
they serve the food in, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And
As related to registration, do you have a sense of what information you'd like to capture?
name, email, and whether or not they want to be contacted,
Okay,
Yeah.
you know? I mean, I don't know that
The
we would want
basics.
people's phone numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, just name an email, I think.
name and email,
Yeah.
could be either or.
Well, no, I mean, what are we gonna do with their names?
Oh, no, either or in terms of phone number or email, because with the
Oh.
phone number, you can text if it's gonna be a cell number. That would be that's the benefit.
That's true.
Yeah.
If the phone number they give is not a landline.
Rare.
I used to do that sometimes. Dr. Maurice is saying your RSVP is
It's
not
not?
working.
The newsletter sign up form on the CB9 page is also not working.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, thank you for that.
Let me.
So that's the registration for CB9 events or CB9 information is not working?
I think these are two separate things.
They're two
right?
separate things, yeah. So please, Dr. Franklin.
So the link that you sent me, that I clicked on it to the Eventbrite and it's not working. There's not it says that space is limited, so please RSVP, but where?
Oh,
Do you?
well, now, wait a minute, people have been RSVPing.
but
have
where
they
they-
Yeah, I think.
I mean, I'm following both CB9. This is a CB9.
This is
Uh,
so.
So I mean, I see all of the information. It says the date and time, and I'm
Are you looking at the QR code on the flyer?
looking at the Eventbrite, the link that you sent me for the Eventbrite that comes in the email. It says-
I.
Check the
Yeah.
link that you sent me and see because you sent me that link.
Yeah, I will send you a screenshot of what I see and point out where the logo is, or where because there is a button that says reserve a spot on the right hand side for me. I don't know if you're on a computer or.
Yeah, I'm on my computer. It's all the way to the right
Yeah.
at the top, the middle, the bottom. I'm looking.
Uh,
But don't worry about that. We'll find. I'll find it. I don't want to take up time doing that.
Right, we need to know if it's inoperable, because if a fix is indicated,
Yeah.
then that may be why the number that we are looking at might be a tad low at this juncture. Okay, all right, So then, I think with these considerations, we have coverage
Yeah.
for the screening. Okay. And with that, any old business?
No.
All right.
I was trying to think if there's anything else we need to think about for screening, but I think. Oh, did you send the email to the attendants at the Audrey Lord event?
I did not.
Okay, I think that would.
Okay.
Oh, and thank you, Camille. We have someone for our.
Okay, yeah, we have an email.
Okay, so I'll send the
Copy that.
invitation to the Lord event participants.
You're missing that too.
Camille, maybe I can. Here do you want us to just like keep you updated on the task force events, or is there?
Yeah, I'm just interested in getting more involved in general. But my wife and I live on 140th Street, and issues that this task force deals with are kind of close to the heart. So yeah, I would love to get more involved with the task force specifically, but I'm also kind of just interested in the CB9 general business as well. I was at I attended virtually the meeting last week, the general board meeting, but I haven't been feeling well, so that's why I didn't come in person.
Okay, so you're aware then that board member applications are open.
I am aware, but I'm such a newcomer. I don't want to presume that I would I kind of want to get more involved, so to speak. But if there's a gap need to fill, I would be happy to talk to folks. I just don't want to, barge in without kind of understanding what's going on. So I'm just trying to be mindful of all the great work that's already being done that I'm not necessarily involved with. So yeah.
Well, you're welcome in any event, in any case.
Thank you.
All right, any new business?
Oh, can I ask one question? I just realized something. Would you prefer that folks register with Eventbrite or like the form, Google form?
Let's do Eventbrite until the day of, and then the day maybe like someone comes in. If they're on Eventbrite, they go in. If they're not on Eventbrite, they fill out the
Yeah,
Google form.
and we can have like.
Because
Eventbrite is what we've been using.
Yeah, like that way, then we're not having to. Prior to the event, we're not going to have redundancy.
No, I was just wondering if even if they're not in Eventbrite the day of, just have them
Register at the table.
using Eventbrite so that you'd have everyone in one place versus two.
Okay, I mean that works. I think then it would also be good if like you or someone at the table has a computer they can use if they can't figure it out on their phone. So do you think like Google Forms is easier than Eventbrite?
It is easier. Okay.
But I think Eventbrite's fine as long as actually the only issue with Eventbrite is if we go over Eventbrite has a capacity.
Right.
So it could be annoying if we end up going over capacity.
Okay.
So I think that's just one. I think the form would be easier.
Yeah,
Google form easier?
Yeah.
and it's easier to share probably too.
Yeah, and then if you send me that, I can put it on my little
The Google form?
yeah, Eric can put it on the what's the slide. Yeah.
Okay.
But this is at the event.
This is at the event.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes
So
sense.
theoretically, if they're not registered, it's just a matter of taking their phone, taking a picture of the QR code, which will bring up the Google form and boom.
And it's populated
Populated.
automatically.
Well, they'll just fill in their name and telephone, their name, email information and
Okay.
boom.
Very good. Thank you. That's helpful. All right, if there's no other new business to, I have a motion.
Oh wait,
Clayton, I did send you a link. I posted a link in your in the I'm drawing a blank right now in the chat
Yeah.
to our e-blast and social media request form. so that you can complete that and upload the document that you sent me, and that'll get out. We do an e-blast maybe 2 times a week.
You know how to capture that?
Yes.
Yeah, do you have the power to copy paste there?
I do, but where do you paste it?
I'm sorry.
Why don't you-
It's okay.
Can you text that to me and I'll forward it?
I can also do this too. Yeah. Long day.
Clayton, I sent it to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for not making me type that by hand.
Thank you. All right, then. Perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's good.
I think Thursday is a week away. It's looking great.
It feels good too.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be exciting for the whole community, the
Yeah.
entire community. Which is for what we live. Okay. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
A second.
Then we are adjourned with thanks. Thank you, doctors.
Thank you so much. I hope to see you all in real life soon. I can't make it to the event next week because I'm going on vacation, but I will be joining other meetings. So thank you so much for having a Zoom option. Yeah, I've been dealing with allergies and asthma, so it was tough to leave. But anyway, see you soon. Bye.
Pleasure to meet you. Bye-bye.
So
You gonna be there next week?
Sure.